Guys, it's May. It's the middle of May, and that means, well, it's about time. About time for what? Oh, just everyone in the world to be picking against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC West for division title Kansas City Chief talk. Everyone wants someone else. And frankly, guys, I can't blame them. Imagine how boring it is outside of Kansas City to watch this same rerun over and over again. After all, the last time anyone else won the division was 2015. It was the Denver Broncos. Star Wars The Force Awakens was the number one movie in theaters. That was the first movie in a trilogy which has been done for quite some time now. The number one song at that time was Uptown Funk featuring Bruno Mars. Before the Broncos, however, the Broncos went on that nice run with Peyton Manning, remember? Before the Broncos, we have to go all the way back to 2009 for the Chargers to win the division. It has been the Chiefs and the Broncos since 2009. Imagine how bored you must be if you are a Chargers fan. The last time the Chargers won the division, Avatar was the number one movie in the world. And Boom Boom Pow by the Black Eyed Peas was the number one song. Then there's the Raiders. They still exist. They existed way back when. At one point, 23 years ago, they won the AFC West. A much different world. Think about it. 2002, the Raiders won. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers was the number one movie at the box office. And How You Remind Me by Nickelback was the number one song. This is before Nickelback became what Nickelback became. Before they were memed into either irrelevance or their only relevance, I can't quite tell. Way back when people didn't think what they think now about Nickelback. That is 2002. But we do have an article from Sports Tech. I don't know. So I'm going to be honest with you. I ripped this part straight out of Arrowhead Pride's Arrowheadlines article this morning. I clicked on the hyperlink and went to the website, and guys, I'm not sure I should have. But the title of the article is NFL Pundit Makes Bombshell Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City Chiefs Claims. I see huge division challenges. The article continues thusly. Appearing on ESPN earlier this week, Adam Schefter, ignominious Adam Schefter, delivered a stark assessment of the challenges awaiting the Chiefs in 2025. This may just be the single toughest division and the most division challenges that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have faced since he started as the Chiefs' starting quarterback, Schefter said. I see huge division challenges all across the board for the Chiefs, making it difficult for them to finish in the type of spot with as many wins as they normally do. It's a rare warning for a franchise that's not only captured 6 straight division titles, but also 3 Super Bowl rings in that span. But Schefter's cautionary take stems from major shifts happening across the AFC West, all of which point to a far more competitive field in 2025. And to be frank, I'm not particularly angry at this article. This is not the worst write-up in the world. They're not outright calling for someone else to win the division. They're suggesting there's a strong possibility. And that is certainly fair enough. I'm checking something to see if I have a number wrong here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What am I missing here? That this author, I didn't catch this before I made the video. Where 6 straight division titles. 2016, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 9, guys. Don't do this to me while I'm making a video. Anyway, doesn't matter. The Kansas City Chiefs just win and win and win. That's the point here, and people don't want them to. There is also an article from NFL.com going over the projected win totals for these teams, and I think also this was probably quite fair. But keep in mind, projecting win totals is different than forecasting who wins the division. Oftentimes, articles like this about projecting win totals are for gamblers. Oftentimes, the articles that are calling for who wins a division, those are clickbait. Those are for someone to build a name, etc. NFL.com projects 11.2 wins for the Kansas City Chiefs. I told you it was for betting. 11.2 sets your over-under at 11.5, and you have to go from there. Win total, over 10.5, negative 160. Make playoffs, negative 360. I don't really understand gambling, so I'm not going to read all of those numbers. Here's what they say about the Chiefs' chances to win all those games. We should learn a lot about the Chiefs' new look offensive line with new tackles Jalen Moore as a free agent and Josh Simmons as a first-round pick now in the mix, and a competition forthcoming to replace traded away guard Joe Thuney early on, with the Eagles' imposing defense coming to town in Week 2. This is interesting because it suggests that Jalen Moore and Josh Simmons could find themselves on the field at the same time, when most of us are assuming that Jawan Taylor is still the Chiefs' right tackle. And we should understand that much more about the overall ceiling of this team by Week 4, when Kansas City hosts the Ravens. Don't overlook this 3-game stretch, which I think features a good deal of volatility. Week 8 versus the Commanders on Monday Night Football, followed by a trip to Buffalo, Week 9, and another trip to Denver, Week 11, after a Week 10 bye. And throw into the mix, there was a video from CBS Sports earlier where they projected the Chiefs to go 1-3 in their first 4 games. That's not seemingly what it is that NFL.com is projecting. But we also get a projection from NFL.com of 9.5 wins for the Broncos, setting the win total at push somehow. As a rookie last season, quarterback Bo Nix won 5 of his final 7 regular season games to help power the Broncos return to the playoffs. He'll get to pick up his development in year 2 with some of the best possible draws to start the season. At home versus the rebuilding Titans, then a trip to Indianapolis to face the Colts in Week 2. Things get a bit tougher after that, with a visit to the Chargers in Week 3, a Monday Night Football home date with the Bengals in Week 4, and a road game in Philly in Week 5. Denver doesn't have to see Kansas City until Week 11, but then takes on a long reigning division champs again 6 weeks later on Christmas. And the Chargers, 9.3 projected wins. So you have the Broncos up here at 9.5. You have the Chargers at 9.3, a designation that is basically meaningless. Apart from starting the season against the defending conference champion Chiefs in Brazil, I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. The Chargers have been the most favorable AFC West schedule. Their most difficult stretch in terms of back-to-back win projections doesn't come until week 14 versus the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles on Monday Night Football, and 15 at Kansas City. If they can beat the teams they need to by then, they should be in good shape, especially if Justin Herbert, who threw a career-low 3 picks in 2024, can continue to take care of the ball. it's not going to help him throwing so many fewer picks if he's not throwing touchdowns as well. So, guys, that is what I have for this video. Everybody's going to be on the bandwagon, I think, of the Chargers this offseason, but I think the Broncos do pose the biggest threat. So let me know in the comments who you think will be the first place losers in the AFC West. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, the Chiefs are the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week, and I hope to have you back for the next one.